and chosen ones, what I'm about to share with you tonight may stir something deep inside you. If you're watching this video right now, trust me when I say it is no coincidence. God has led you here for a powerful reason. There is an unexpected encounter waiting for you tonight, one that will change everything at 3 a.m. When the world is quiet and still, God is calling you to meet with Him. This isn't just another night. This is your chance, your divine opportunity to open your heart and speak to God about your struggles, your pain, your financial worries, and everything else weighing you down. You may feel exhausted, tempted to sleep, but God is telling you, do not sleep tonight. He is waiting for you to pour out your soul, to release all that has been holding you back. Only 1% of the chosen ones will understand the in-depth of this call, and if you're here, you're among them. Before we dive deeper into this life-changing moment, I need you to do something powerful. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leave a comment with the number 99. This number holds incredible energy and will amplify the connection you're about to make with God. Tonight, let's dive into it in the stillness of the night. A profound invitation is waiting for you. It's not just any call, but a divine summons to awaken your spirit and meet the Creator Himself at 3 a.m. When something extraordinary happens, a moment of spiritual significance unlike any other. It's during these sacred hours that God reaches out to His chosen ones. Imagine that a personal meeting with the Almighty, offering you a chance to hear His voice clearly, to receive divine guidance, and to be empowered for what's ahead. But here's the catch. This opportunity is only for a select few. God has chosen only 1% of His followers to be awake, aware, and prepared for this rare and profound experience. Are you part of that 1%? The very fact that you're reading this might be a sign God is calling you tonight, asking you to step into a moment of transformation. This is no ordinary invitation. It's a divine encounter waiting to change your life forever. This divine call is a test, an invitation to show your devotion and readiness. Stay awake. Set aside distractions in these early hours when most of the world sleeps. God is awake, ready to reveal Himself to you in the most intimate way. This moment is an opportunity for you to realign your life, to receive the wisdom and strength needed to face the challenges ahead. Embrace this moment, because it could be the turning point you've been waiting for. God doesn't make mistakes when He calls you. It's because He has a purpose for your life. This encounter is not random, it's carefully chosen, and only 1% of people will experience this profound moment. It's easy to overlook the significance of the hours between 3 a.m. and 500 a.m. But these are the hours when heaven opens up and the divine makes His presence known in ways that can't be ignored. If you're reading this now, chances are you've already been selected. The still of the night is your cue. This is your moment. It's as if God has prepared a special seat for you at the table of destiny, waiting for you to come. Ready to listen, to receive, and to embrace. But are you prepared for what's about to happen? Can you handle the magnitude of divine revelation that's coming your way? The 1% chosen ones are those who have followed God faithfully, those who have sought His presence consistently, and now the time has arrived for you to be rewarded with a divine visitation. As you wait in anticipation, know that this is more than just a moment of spiritual awakening. It is a preparation for the next chapter of your life. God's visitations always come with purpose. He is not just visiting to say hello, but to empower you with strength, wisdom, and revelation. For the road ahead, this encounter will change you forever. Ever wondered why sometimes you wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason at all? It might not be a coincidence for many of the chosen ones. This is a divine awakening, a sign from God that He wants to speak to you. This is the hour when the veil between the spiritual and physical worlds is at its thinnest, allowing for clear communication with the divine God's calling. Often comes when we least expect it, in the stillness, in the quiet, when we are most vulnerable and open to receiving His word. It's not about simply waking up. It's about being spiritually alert and responsive to His voice. Have you felt an urgency in your spirit lately, a pull to seek something more, something deeper? That's no coincidence. God is calling you, and this divine invitation is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for transformation. It's time to stop questioning and start listening. The divine message is clear. He is waiting for you when you wake up during these hours. There's no need to feel confused or frustrated. Instead, embrace this moment as the divine appointment. It truly is. Don't ignore it or push it away. Take this time seriously, for this could very well be the time God is revealing His most powerful messages for you. Your prayers, struggles, and deepest desires are all about to be heard in a way that will change everything. From 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., something supernatural happens. These hours are often called the fourth watch of the night, a time when spiritual activity is at its peak. This sacred time holds profound significance in the spiritual realm. It's when God is said to be most present, ready to reveal His plans, offer divine protection, and provide guidance. Like never before, imagine this in a world full of noise and distractions. These quiet hours offer an opportunity to be directly in God's presence. Why this specific time? The fourth watch is the moment of transition. The night is nearly over, and the day is about to break spiritually. This represents a shift from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity. This is the moment when God is poised to reveal the direction you've been seeking. He's waiting for you to be still, to listen, and to accept His guidance. To 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. hours are charged with divine energy, offering a rare window to receive the revelations you've been waiting for. In this time, God is not just looking to give you answers, but to empower you for the next chapter of your life, whether it's through prayer, meditation, or simply waiting in silence. Use these sacred hours to connect deeply with God. This is your time to receive clarity, to unlock your spiritual potential, and to gain the strength to overcome what lies ahead. Imagine receiving a personal invitation from God Himself. This is not a metaphor or an abstract concept. It's a real powerful encounter that can change your life forever. God has chosen you, and He wants to meet you in the quiet of the night. This moment is reserved for those who have been faithful, for those who have waited patiently, and for those who are truly seeking Him. A divine visitation is a life-altering experience. It's not just a dream or a fleeting thought. It's an encounter with the Creator of the universe. God's presence has the power to heal, to guide, and to provide answers to your deepest questions. This moment is your time to be transformed, to understand your purpose on a deeper level, and to receive the tools necessary to move forward in faith. When God chooses to visit you, He does not do so lightly. His visitations are intentional, with a deep purpose. You will receive the strength, direction, and wisdom you need to face any challenge. What you experience in this moment will stay with you forever, fueling your spiritual growth and preparing you for the divine mission ahead. Only a small number of people are called during these sacred hours. God does not call everyone, but He calls those who are prepared, those who have been faithful in their walk with Him. The 300 a.m. is a sacred time set apart for a very specific purpose. It is a moment when God reveals the mysteries of the universe and shares His plans for your future. If you find yourself awake, if you feel a stirring in your spirit, know that this is no accident. You are part of the 1% who have been chosen. This is a moment of divine privilege, but also responsibility. You have been selected for something greater, something beyond what you could have ever imagined. Are you ready to embrace the calling that God has placed on your life? It's time to step into your destiny for those who are spiritually awake and attentive. These hours can be transformative. The 300 a.m. is not just a time of quiet. It's a time of divine revelation, of receiving answers to prayers, and of aligning your heart with God's will. If you're reading this now, it's a sign that you are among the chosen. Embrace the moment, allow it to change you in ways that will last a lifetime. Imagine being selected for something extraordinary in a world that often feels crowded and chaotic. To be chosen by God is a rare and precious gift. The invitation you've received, though unseen by the world, is unmistakable to your spirit. God, in His infinite wisdom, has looked beyond the surface and has seen something special in you. He has chosen you for a divine appointment that will bring your purpose into sharper focus and your faith to a new level. Being one of the chosen ones means that you are aligned with God's will, that your heart has been tuned to His voice, and that you have remained steadfast in your journey. It's a recognition of your deep devotion and willingness to serve. God's call to the chosen ones is not just a passive invitation. It's an active, ongoing relationship. One where you must be awake, aware, and receptive to his whispers. As one of the chosen, your life is about to undergo a transformation. This invitation is not just for a fleeting moment, but for a lifetime of purpose. Your relationship with God will deepen, and your understanding of his plan. For your life will become clearer than ever before. It's time to step into the fullness of your calling and embrace the extraordinary transformation that's about to unfold. There are times in life when the spiritual battle becomes more intense and the darkness seems overwhelming. These are the moments when God calls us to fight, not with our own strength, but with his. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are not only a time of divine visitation, but they are also the peak of spiritual warfare. This is the time when unseen forces are active, and it's during this window that you are called to intercede, to pray, and to stand firm in faith. God has granted you authority in the spiritual realm, and he's inviting you to wield that authority in the most powerful way. When you pray, during these hours you are engaging in warfare on behalf of your life, your family, your community, and your future. The enemy will try to distract, discourage, and defeat you. But God's power is greater through your prayers. You can dismantle strongholds, break generational curses, and shift the course of your life and those around you. This is no ordinary prayer time. This is the time to bring your deepest burdens to God, to fight for your breakthrough, and to claim the victory that God has already secured for you. Your prayers during this hour are powerful, and they hold the potential to bring about real lasting change in your life. Take this time seriously, because it could be the turning point you've been longing for when God speaks to the chosen ones. He does so with purpose and clarity. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are sacred moments when divine secrets are revealed. These aren't just ordinary revelations, they are insights that have the power to shape your destiny, provide clarity for your next steps, and reveal the deeper meanings behind the struggles you've faced. God's voice during this time is not just a whisper, it's a resounding call that cannot be ignored as you wait in silence and stillness. God will begin to unlock the mysteries that have eluded you. What once seemed confusing will now make perfect sense. The paths you've been unsure of will become clear, and the answers you've been seeking will come to light. These are divine secrets, insights meant to prepare you for the future, to give you the strength to overcome obstacles, and to equip you with wisdom that will set you apart during this divine visitation. God is not only sharing secrets, but also empowering you to walk in the fullness of your purpose. You will receive the kind of wisdom and direction that only comes from spending time in God's presence. These moments are crucial. They will provide you with the guidance and understanding needed to make decisions that will change the trajectory of your life. There's something profoundly life-changing about the instructions God gives when you're fully tuned into him. The 3 a.m. is when God offers his clearest guidance, a time when distractions are at a minimum, and your heart is more open than ever. It's in this divine encounter that God speaks directly to your spirit, giving you precise instructions that will lead you into a season of breakthrough and transformation. Have you ever felt a deep stirring in your heart, like God is urging you to take a step, to make a move, or to go in a new direction? This is the time when those instructions become clearer. God's guidance during this sacred time isn't vague. It's specific, actionable, and always aligned with his perfect will for your life. These moments of clarity are not to be taken lightly when God speaks. He doesn't just give direction. He empowers you to follow through and live out the calling he has placed on your life. These instructions may not always be easy, but they will always be worth it. As you step into the fullness of God's plan, your life will never be the same. This encounter is the moment where everything changes. You will receive the clarity, courage, and direction to move forward in faith, knowing that God is with you. Every step of the way, being awake during these sacred hours is not just about physical alertness, it's about being spiritually alert and ready to engage with God in a profound way. When you are awake, you are positioning yourself to receive everything that God wants to impart to you. The 3 a.m. hour is the divine appointment you've been waiting for. But it requires your full attention, your full heart, and your full presence. This is not the time to let your mind wander or to allow distractions to pull you away. Being awake in this moment It means fully embracing God's presence, being open to His voice, and allowing His power to move through you. It's an active participation in the spiritual realm where your faith, your prayers, and your actions align with God's will for your life to maximize your divine appointment. Take time to prepare your heart before this sacred moment arrives. Seek peace, remove distractions, and make space for God to speak. When you do, you will experience a level of spiritual engagement that will deepen your relationship with Him and equip you for the next phase of your journey. A divine encounter with God is not just a moment of spiritual awakening. It's a moment of supernatural transformation. The power of God's presence has the ability to change you from the inside out. When God meets you in the night, everything that once seemed impossible becomes possible. The burdens that have weighed you down will be lifted, and your perspective will shift. You will leave this encounter with a renewed sense of purpose. Energy and clarity. Transformation begins when you encounter God face to face. It's not just a temporary change, it's a deep, lasting transformation that affects every area of your life. Your fears, doubts, and insecurities will melt away as you experience God's love and power. In a way that you've never known before, this moment is the catalyst for the next phase of your spiritual journey, and the transformation it brings will propel you into a future filled with hope and purpose. When God meets you in the night, He doesn't just visit, He transforms. This is your moment to step into a new season of divine alignment, where everything that once seemed uncertain now falls into place. Embrace the transformation, because it is exactly what you need to step into the fullness of your destiny. The 300 Emmy's hour is not just a time of divine visitation. It is a sacred moment where prayers are amplified, prophecies are spoken, and divine revelations are unlocked. This is the moment when God speaks to you directly, revealing things that were once hidden. In your heart and soul, it is a powerful time where your deepest desires and questions are laid bare before the Almighty, and He responds with clarity, direction, and hope. Prayers spoken during these hours carry immense weight. This is not the time for routine petitions, but a time for heartfelt cries that move. Heaven, the Lord, will meet you in this sacred space, listening to your prayers and offering supernatural responses. If there are burdens on your heart, whether they are related into relationships, financial struggles, or personal challenges, this is the time to bring them before Him. God will give you specific instructions, encouragement, and breakthrough. You are not alone. He is listening and He is speaking. Prophecies often emerge in moments like this, in the stillness. God will reveal pieces of your future, offering insights into what lies ahead. These divine revelations are not to be taken lightly. They hold the power to shift the trajectory of your life. Trust that during this sacred hour, God is equipping you for the journey ahead, providing not only comfort but divine insight to guide you in the days to come. As one of the chosen, you hold a responsibility during the fourth watch of the night. This is more than just a time of personal encounter. It is a time of spiritual defense. The enemy is always looking for ways to steal, kill, and destroy, but God has called you to stand firm in His protection, to guard your spiritual ground, and to be an active participant in the battle for your destiny. The fourth watch is a pivotal time where the forces of darkness are at work, and as a chosen one, you are called to intercede. This isn't a passive waiting period, it's an active role you must step into. Your prayers during this time are powerful. They break chains, dismantle strongholds, and push back the darkness. God has trusted you with the authority to stand in the gap, to protect what He has given you, and to defend the promise He has for your life. This is a time to fortify yourself, to stay vigilant, and to remain alert in this sacred space. You are not just waiting for divine intervention. You are actively engaging in spiritual warfare. By doing so, you guard your future, your family, and your purpose. Know that in the fourth watch, God is by your side, empowering you to stand strong in the face of adversity. Receiving God's 3 invitation is a profound moment in your spiritual journey, but it's only the beginning. The real work starts when you align your life with the divine instructions and revelations He offers. During this time, responding to God's call means stepping into a new way of living, one that reflects His purpose and calling for your life. Living in alignment with God requires a commitment to obey His voice. It's not enough to receive His message. You must live it out. This may mean making difficult decisions, taking bold steps, and leaving behind the things that no longer serve your spiritual growth. But when you align yourself with God's will, there is no greater peace or fulfillment. His plans for your life are always greater than your own, and they lead to a future filled with hope and in blessing. Your response to this divine invitation will shape the course of your life. By living in alignment with God, you become a vessel for His glory, and you open the door for even greater blessings to flow into your life. It's a journey of trust, obedience, and faith, one that brings with it an overwhelming sense of peace and purpose. Take this moment seriously, for God's invitation is an opportunity to step into the fullness of His will. Waking up at 3 on Thomas Imam might feel like an inconvenient disruption to your sleep. But what if it's actually a divine appointment? This isn't just a random occurrence or a sign of insomnia. God is intentionally waking you up at this exact moment to draw you closer to Him. The stillness of the early morning hours offers a unique opportunity for spiritual connection, one where distractions are few and your heart is more open to receiving God's voice in these sacred moments. God has something specific He wants to share with you. It could be a word of encouragement, a piece of divine guidance, or even a vision of what's ahead. The 3 a.m. wake-up call is often the moment when God taps you on the shoulder, saying, I have something important to reveal in you. This is not a coincidence. This is a divine setup, and the more you lean into it, the more you'll experience transformation in your life during this time. Take a deep breath, pause, and embrace God's invitation. Don't rush back to sleep or dismiss it as a fleeting thought. This is your time to pray, listen, and receive what God is imparting to you. God has chosen this specific time to meet with you. How will you respond to His call? The next few minutes could be a turning point, leading you into a deeper level of faith and clarity than you've ever known before. A divine appointment doesn't come every day, and it certainly doesn't come when we expect it. That's why God is calling you in these quiet hours. Your willingness to wake up, to engage, and to be present in His presence is the key to unlocking the blessings and purpose He's about to reveal. Embrace the moment God is speaking to you. Listen when you pray at 3 a.m. You step into a unique moment of spiritual breakthrough. These early morning hours are anointed for transformation, where God allows His chosen ones to break through barriers that may have seemed impossible to overcome. This time is particularly powerful because it's a time when the forces of darkness are most active, but also when God's presence is most evident, ready to empower you to push back and overcome. During these moments, spiritual warfare is at its peak, and the prayers you offer carry weight in the heavenly realms. The enemy seeks to bring confusion, fear, and discouragement. But when you pray at this time, you are actively participating in God's plan to dismantle those strongholds. Your prayers are anointed and hold supernatural power to break chains, free you from bondage, and shift the atmosphere over your life. This is also a time to seek God's guidance and clarity. Have you been facing challenges that seem insurmountable? Are there dreams that feel just out of reach? The Immense hour is a divine moment when God will provide you with the breakthrough you've been praying for when you come to God. In this time of prayer, He is ready to release new strategies, answers, and solutions. Do not underestimate the power of praying. At this hour, God honors the faithfulness of those who rise early to seek Him. And in doing so, He releases supernatural empowerment to face the day ahead. The walls that seemed insurmountable will begin to crumble, and what once appeared as obstacles will turn into opportunities for growth and victory. The enemy's hold on your life will weaken, and God's presence will strengthen you. The fourth watch, 3 Tonaikai Sway m to 5 a.m. is a sacred time when God's timing aligns perfectly with His will. It's during this specific window that spiritual activity intensifies, and God calls His chosen ones to be awake, alert, and engaged. The fourth watch is symbolic of the transition from darkness to light, from confusion to clarity. And it is within this window that God's supernatural power is made available to you in unique and life-changing ways. At this hour, the spiritual realm is in a heightened state, and divine interventions are not only possible, but expected in the Bible. The fourth watch is marked by God's greatest displays of power. It was during the fourth watch that Jesus walked on water, and it was during this time that his disciples were miraculously saved from storms. This time is marked by miracles, by deliverance, and by the revealing of God's plan. For his people, understanding the significance of this timing helps you position yourself to receive everything God has prepared for you. It's more than just being awake. It's about being spiritually attuned and actively listening for God's voice. This is the moment where He offers solutions to problems you've been wrestling with, clarity for decisions that have caused uncertainty, and divine protection from foes that seek to harm you. The fourth watch is not just a time of waiting, it is a time of intense spiritual action when you rise to meet God. During these hours, you step into a season where His power moves freely on your behalf. Be prepared for a season of transformation where your prayers and actions will carry more weight than ever before. Meeting God during the early morning hours often unlocks prophetic revelations that can reshape your life. These revelations aren't just for your personal benefit, they are often linked to your divine purpose, the future of your family, or even the destiny of those around you when God calls you at 3 Madore. Imbrit, it's often to reveal something specific that will empower you for the future. These revelations might be a prophetic word, a dream, or an intuition that you cannot ignore. God doesn't just reveal these things out of the blue, He shares them with purpose. Whether it's about a specific decision you need to make, someone you need to pray for, or an area of your life where you need healing, God will use these moments of encounter to show you the next steps in your spiritual journey. The clarity and direction that come through these divine visitations are meant to guide you, uplift you, and empower you for what lies ahead. Prophetic revelations at 3 Yogaring A. Emim can also be deeply personal. They are tailored to your circumstances, struggles, and desires. Maybe you've been in a season of uncertainty, not knowing where to turn or what to do in this sacred hour. God will reveal His heart for you, showing you that you are not alone in your struggles and that He has a divine plan for your life. His voice will become clearer than ever before, and your faith will rise to new heights as you receive these prophetic insights. Write them down, reflect on them, pray over them, and trust that God is speaking to you in profound ways. What He reveals to you during this hour has the potential to change the course of your life and bring you into a deeper relationship with Him. God's early morning encounters are designed to transform your faith in ways that are nothing short of remarkable. It is during these quiet hours that your faith is tested, refined, and strengthened when you answer the call to meet God at 3 Ikore. And you are stepping into a process of spiritual growth that requires you to trust God in the unseen, believe in His promises, and act on the word He gives you. This is a season of refining. Just as gold is purified by fire, your faith is sharpened and deepened when you spend these hours in communion with God. He uses these moments to strip away doubt, fear, and unbelief, replacing them with a boldness and confidence that can only come from knowing that God is with you as you rise early to seek God. You are signaling your willingness to submit your will to His. It's in these quiet moments that He shapes your heart and spirit, molding you into the person He's called you to be. The challenges that once seemed daunting now appear as opportunities for God to display His strength and grace in your life. Your faith will become unshakable, and you will experience the peace that surpasses all understanding. These early morning encounters, Keteers, set the stage for long-lasting transformation. They prepare you for the challenges ahead and equip you with the tools necessary to fulfill your divine purpose. As you consistently meet God in the quiet of the night, you will find that your faith becomes the foundation upon which you build your future. Understanding God's timing is one of the most powerful aspects of the spiritual journey. It's not just about waiting for the right moment. It's about aligning yourself with His perfect timing. The 3 encounter is one of the most significant moments of spiritual alignment where your heart, mind, and spirit converge with God's purpose. God is never late, and He is never early. He arrives precisely when needed in the stillness of the early morning. You are positioned to hear from God at a moment when He can speak to you clearly and profoundly. Whether it's about a relationship, a job opportunity, or a personal decision, these encounters provide the clarity and direction you need to move forward with confidence when you align yourself With God's timing, you are aligning yourself with His will. This means trusting that His plans for your life are far greater than anything you could imagine. His timing may not always make sense in the moment, but it's always perfect embrace. The fact that God is at work in your life, orchestrating every detail for your good. When you meet God in these early hours, you are aligning yourself with the fullness of His plan. You are actively participating in His perfect timing, and that will lead to a life filled with purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Trust the process and embrace His timing. Doubt and fear are two of the most powerful tools the enemy uses to keep us from fulfilling our divine purpose. But when you meet God in the quiet of the night, these fears lose their grip. The 3 a.m. encounter is a powerful moment where God gives you the strength to overcome everything that has held you back. God's presence in the early morning hours brings peace that silences the doubts in your mind. As you seek Him, He begins to replace your fear with faith, your worry with confidence, and your insecurities with the assurance that He is in control. Fear no longer has the power to paralyze you. Instead, you are emboldened to step forward with courage.